for coming out here. So I'm a storyteller, and I'm also on Facebook, just like him, and my stuff is found on facebook.com/Scott Schultz Monologues, and I'm going to be featuring at the Story Space on Tuesday, May 28th at Out of the Blue Art Gallery. And this is a story that I won the Big Mouth off this year, which is the local Story Slam Championship. Won that last month. And this is a story about drugs and self-mutilation. I hope you enjoy it. Christmas break, 1988. I tried crystal methamphetamine for the first time and taught myself to play the tambourine. I was 18 years old. I just moved to San Diego, fresh off the Greyhound from Marblehead, and I just met my first California girl, hooked up with her, and I was in love. And before she left for the holidays, she gave me a packet of this stuff called Crystal that she said it would help me with my songwriting, because I told her that I was an up-and-coming singer-songwriter, which I wasn't, but that was part of the plan. And I had shown her my brand new state-of-the-art neon orange fiberglass tambourine that was going to help me achieve my rock and roll dreams. A few nights later, everybody's gone for the holidays, so I'm all by myself, and there's Nino rainstorm, so I can't go out, so I'm stuck in the house with my tambourine and my crystal. So I figure, wow, what a great opportunity to learn. Now, I'd never been a powder drug user before, but this girl was really hot, and I was getting laid, and I didn't want to blow it, so I figure I'll just try this crystal, and I'll be the best at it. So I chop up a line, and it just is so painful. It feels like I sliced the insides of my nostrils with bleach-soaked razor blades. And then I broke out a cassette tape of the Monkees' greatest hits in my tambourine. So I'm about halfway through the last train to Clarksville when I have that backwash effect. For those of you who haven't snorted powder drugs before, after the crystal burns a hole through your sinus passage, it shoots back against your throat and it slowly drips. And in this moment, you can taste each individual flavor of every chemical that some redneck amateur scientist has in a bucket underneath his double wide in inland San Diego. And it is repulsive. I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. And I go back to playing, and it's not long before it's pretty obvious I'm way too good a tambourine player for the Monkees. So I turn off the cassette, and I put on the radio to 91X. That's like the WFNX of San Diego, alternative rock music. And it just so happens they're counting down the top 91 songs of the year. So I'm like, awesome, now I'll know how to play everything. So I do another line, and I start playing, and I'm getting my groove, and the speed's starting to kick in, and after about an hour or so, it occurs to me, I'm an amazing tambourine player. How did I never know this before? I'm like a total natural. And I keep playing, and after a couple more hours, I have this eureka moment where I discover that if you use the blunt part of the tambourine and you smash it on exposed bone, instead of just shaking it and grazing your fleshy parts, it has like a more thicker, resonant tone like this. And I'm convinced that this is my Da Vinci Code to rock and roll stardom. So now I'm just wailing away on my sternum and my hips and my jaw and my skull and my shoulder blades, and I'm just beating myself into this rock and roll euphoria, and I'm starting to hallucinate now, and I'm picturing myself on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. Voodoo Star Child, badass tambourine man, he's wicked awesome, yeah! And I keep playing away, and the countdown ends, and I'm still going. So I break out the heavy stuff, the hardest cassettes I have in my collection. Big Black, Black Flag, Black Sabbath, Sonic Youth, and I just keep wailing away till the wee hours of the morning, till I pass out on the couch. The next afternoon, my neighbor's banging on the front door, and he's pissed. I get up. I feel like I was in a train wreck. I'm sore all over. So I get the door, and my neighbor's like, "Hey, asshole, what the fuck were you doing with that tambourine all night? You kept me and my girlfriend up." I said, "Yeah, I tried crystal for the first time and taught myself to play the tambourine. It was awesome." He says, "Dude, you ever pull a stunt like that again, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And have you seen a mirror?" I'm like, "No." So I walk into the bathroom and check the mirror, and I'm in my boxers, and I'm covered in welts and gashes and contusions, and I have caked blood on my face. And I go back into the den, and there's toppled bottles of Mickey's malt liquor and and chopped up crystal left on the mirror where I was doing the lines, and there's scattered cymbals all over the table because I obliterated my tambourine. And I see my reflection in that mirror I was doing the lines on, and I look pathetic. And I realized in that moment that if I continued down this path, I was gonna die. And that's the only time I ever messed around with the tambourine.